Me. Howdy! You can hear me now. How are you? I am here with an arm full of stuff because we gonna talk about sublimation. Sublimation for the nation. It's our occupation. Oops, I done hit my darn computer screen. All kind of stuff we gonna talk about tonight, dealing with sublimation. So I just made a hot food mess. But that's what happens when you just have so many options of stuff that we can supplement. But our main goal tonight is going to be our learning pillow. So you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, if you are in the hoop group on Facebook, any number of those social networking platforms, you will see I posted an image of a learning pillow by a very appreciative little 2-year-old who absolutely loves his learning pillow. And he asked for one because I made one for his older brother who is 4 going on 5. If he hasn't already, wait a minute, nope, not December yet, about to turn 5. So he had a learning pillow and he wanted to be like his big brother. So we made one, and I didn't realize how many of you guys in the Hoop group on Facebook had made a learning pillow yet. So we're going to go over that and talk about that tonight. But I first want to say welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Eve with the Baby's Booty. And here on this channel, we talk about embroidery, we talk about sublimation, we talk about rhinestones and bling, any number of things, a whole lot of different things actually we go over in this group. And so I want to welcome each and every one of you and thank you so very kindly for joining us this evening. If you're interested in joining and being a part of the Hoop group, then we have a link down here, thebabiesbooty.com, our website. We have a forums there where you can join in and post pictures of the projects that you've been working on. You can join in and ask questions and leave comments. We also have a Facebook group as well. So you can join in on Facebook and interact with the lovely folks there. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the Facebook group because there are many others there who are just as experienced as I am and are able to answer those questions in conjunction with myself as well. Also, here on YouTube, we have a membership, which is totally awesome. It allows you some perks, and it also, in turn, financially helps the channel and helps us bring more content and buy more of the goodies that we are going to be working with today, in addition to other supplies and things to go into keeping our channel up and informative. So you're able to join in the description below. There's a link there /join if you don't see the join button down beside the subscribe button. And feel free to join up because any level that you join as a member here on YouTube, you can sign up and request a bell. How awesome sauce is this? You can get you a bell. We will send it to you no matter what level you so choose to join as a member here on Facebook. It's the only way to get the bell. So if you do sign up and become a member here on YouTube, and you go to my website, thebabiesbooty.com, on the front page, there's a picture of this bell. You click there and fill out your information with your YouTube username information so that the system can verify your membership and we'll get a bell out to you. That's how easy that is. And we definitely appreciate all of you members and each and every last one of you who are joining us today. So one of the first things I do on this channel, because I wouldn't have this channel if it weren't for you, is to say welcome to many of you who have popped in early on our video. So I'm going to scroll back in the chat and say hi to you beautiful people that are here. Like Kimberly Armstrong was first and foremost. Hello, my dear D. Ashley. Heather, hello. How are you? Miss Tanya, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group captain. The Mrs. Hey, how are you? Welcome. We have Knick Knack Nurse. Hey, Knick Knack Nurse, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We also have Miss Debbie D. Hi, Debbie D. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Tracy, welcome. Thank you for joining us for as long as you can. I appreciate it. Sonia Kirksey, Marianne, Isabel, Ms. Laura Dixon, Suzanne Go Grant Go from the Space Coast. Hello, Harriet Anderson, Allison Holloway. You're excited, signed up for that applique class. Yes, I'm so super excited about that applique class. We are signing on a vendor for that class, so you guys will have access to any of the applique notions that you need. I'm so excited about that. So I am definitely looking forward to it. And I was able to sign up and join up with the designer I wanted to join with for that class. So we have a really awesome design that's going to go along with that class as well. So I appreciate each and every one of you who has already signed up. The class is filling up really quickly. So thank you very, very much. The missus said she saw Sublimation and was like, yay. Yes, we are fooling with Sublimation tonight. Hello, Antonio and Sean A. Hello, B Sharp. Hello, Tricia Smith. Welcome. And yes, hello again, Miss B Smart. B Sharp, thank you very much for joining us in class today. Miss 143, welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Beverly Smith. The missus says, loving the hair, girl. I had to cut this stuff. It was getting on my nerves. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Carmen Alvarado, hello. How are you? You want to make the learning pillow? Well, we're going to help with that tonight. And welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Shirley Stewart. Hey, Shirley, how are you? Welcome. Thank you very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group captain, no less. Terry Hamilton, Pearl Lucas, hello. How are you both? Andrea Ross, another captain, hello. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss Debbie Kidd, hello. Jackie Maddox, I can never join on time. She says either too early or a couple of minutes late, but I'm here. It's no worries. We welcome you anytime you can pop in with us. So Crafty, hello, another captain in here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Allison Holloway, how different is an embroidery needle from a top stitch needle? They both are used for embroidery. Top stitch just has a much larger eye, which gives that thread a lot more room to play around with and hopefully will help you avoid a lot more thread breaks. So it's a little more forgiving on the thread. I personally prefer a top stitch needle. Latasha Jackson, hello. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Captain, I do believe. Simone Warren, welcome. Thank you for joining us. T Signs and T Development, hello. Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Weddings Designs, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss D Purple One and Robin Boyer, hello. Tanya Adams from Youngstown, Ohio, welcome and thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Lonnie, hello. Danya Flynn, hello. How are you? Miss Lady D, hello. Michelle Rosenkrantz, hello. Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Joanna Holmes says, good evening. A smile for D. Hello, Sean A. Thank you for the basics class. You're welcome. It was great tonight. I am also excited for the applique class. That applique class is going to be fun. Y'all going to be like, what? I can do that. Yes, girl. Yes, you can. And I ain't talking about just no basic applique either. We gonna get deep down dirty applique. I'm so excited. Multi-level applique stuff and other stuff you can applique with. It's just gonna be lots of fun. So please definitely join us for that applique class. If you're interested in any of the classes that we have available at the moment, this is where they're listed. Sew It Pro class registration, thebabiesbooty.com/events-1 is where you will find all of our currently open classes. So just check that page fairly regularly and you'll see what classes we have open as time goes on. Also, you can join the Hoop Group on that page and we'll start to shoot out a monthly newsletter to let you guys know what classes are going to be coming up because we're going to be adding to our class roster soon, shortly. We have Miss Margot. Hello. Teresa Spencer made it. Yes, you did. Ray Fallow, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. So Pink Williams, hello. How are you? Miss Carol Coleman, hello. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member and captain. I appreciate it. Michelle Rosenkrantz, you're welcome. I'm sorry, you're welcome. Thank you, rather. I my honey bunny was like, "You need to put on one of them pretty shirts," and I'm like, "I want to be casual." But he said, "No, pick that shirt." And I'm like, "All right." And here we got a compliment in here. He is going to be happy to see that. So thank you, Michelle. You done made his night. Karen Murray from Canada. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Willie Roseman, hello from NC. Welcome, neighbor. Thank you for joining us. Forever blessed, as she's so glad to be here, and we're happy to have you here as well. Pamela Bradley White, a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Stampin' Sue Creates is in here. Welcome. So on. Embroidery Diva, Personality 6, and Debbie Lonnie. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Avery Head is in here as well as a captain. I am doing good. Thank you for joining us this evening. She says, I want to be a part of the applique class. Forever Blessed says, this is where you go to register. You can go to and then we have limited tickets. The first, I forget how many tickets, the first few tickets of that class get a free applique design. I think it's the first 50 actually. But I think we're close to that. I'm not 100% sure. The first 50 get a free applique design, and then the rest of the tickets are regular tickets. So definitely check that out. Mama Dulles, hello from NYC. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let us see. Patrina, hello. How are you? Welcome. Is the applique class a beginner's class? Yes, it is. And Debbie Lonnie from Val Plate, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Not sure where that is, but welcome. Thank you. So Pink says, so glad to finally make a live. Yes, you did. Welcome. Miss Ethel Smith, hello, how are you? Welcome. And thank you for joining us this evening as a YouTube Hoop Group captain as well. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for joining us. So you guys, thank you all for being here with us. We're going to look into sublimation. Now, sublimation is a bit of a heavy topic because there's so much that you can do with sublimation. There is so much you can sublimate out there, y'all. It is insane the amount of things that you can customize as a sublimator. And one of the things that really appeal to me about sublimation is that you can sublimate yourself from home. You don't have to have big, huge, fancy equipment. Now, big, huge, fancy equipment is available, and there's nothing wrong with investing in big, huge, fancy equipment if you have the budget for it and you're expanding your business. Then big, huge, fancy equipment is good for you too. But for those who just want to do it as a hobby or who want to get into it on a smaller scale, there are basic printers that you can purchase. As a matter of fact, the one that I started out with, they're phased out. Epson phased out that printer. From what I understand, it's very hard to get it. But there is an Echo Tank version of the Epson printer that is available that is easily convertible to a sublimation printer. Okay, so the Epson Echo Tank that I'm speaking of, they have at Target and they have at Office Depot. Target and Office Depot. I know Costco is going to have it for $1.99. I don't know if Sam's has it or not, but at any rate, just check for Epson Echo Tank, and as long as it has those refillable tank cartridges, then you can use it as a sublimation printer, and I think it's $1.99 roughly right about now. So the overhead in doing sublimation can be very reasonable. Okay, so you will have to invest in a printer. You will have to invest in sublimation ink. You will have to invest in that because you can't just use basic ink. And you will have to invest in sublimation blanks as well. What I'm going to do is go ahead and let you put in, let's see, I'm going to do here trans.com and ask for Michelle. Okay, so I put in the chat box the website where some of this stuff is from that I'm going to show you first off, and my rep. Her name is Michelle Brown. You don't have to use her. There's other reps out there at Conde Systems, but the website is dietrans.com. It's in the chat. And at dietrans.com, if you call them and let them know that the baby's booty sent you over, what they will do is give you special pricing. Okay. Now, what does that look like? Hey, Andrea Michelle, how are you, my love? Welcome. Her sublimation expert in the house right now. She is totally awesome with her sublimation. Let me see if I can't switch you all over to the website. Um, let's see here. Nope, wrong thing. I might not be able to, now that I think about it, because that's can't mess that up. What is this? Desktop. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can't get you guys over here. Let's see if that works. It does. OMG. How cool is this? Okay. So, wait a minute. That's not doing me no good. Let me see. Nope, that's not doing me any good. Hold on. Let's do this. Nope. Okay. All right. We should be back now. Y'all know how it is when I start clicking around on stuff and messing with stuff. I started messing, and so I lost you. I apologize. I was trying to go to dyetrends.com and show y'all what that looks like, and I done got jacked up. Okay, so going back to what I was trying to show you, if you go to dyetrends.com, you can type somewhere at the top and mention or look at the sublimation blanks that they have available, and the list is ridiculously long. Okay. And yes, somebody mentioned in the chat that Michelle is awesome. She really is. She's totally awesome. So it's under Dye Sub Media. No, it's not. Blank Products. Blank Products is where you want to go. Blank Products. And when you go to Blank Products, you will be overwhelmed. You'll need some time to sit there and look at all of the things that they have available for you to sublimate on. Okay, so I'm going to I have a few things. Can you post the link for my printer? I can't, because the printer that I have, from what I understand, they don't sell it anymore. So what I would have to do is say check Target, where I hear Target does have the Epson printer. And or you can go to Conde Systems, has a sale on it for $1.99. And I want to say Office Max or Office Depot. You just have to do a search for the Epson Echo Tank. And they have a couple of different options out there. All of them have the refillable cartridges, and you just have to pick the one that works the best for you, the size that you can handle. Have I used Sawgrass Subprint? I have not used Sawgrass. Hello, Heather Butler. How are you? Welcome, both you and Andrea Michelle. Thank you for being YouTube Hoop Group members. I appreciate it. Laura's Lace Fabrics, you as well. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. So really quickly, I want to show you some of the things that they do have at Dye Trends. And the other reason why I decided to do the sublimation video today and go into it with you guys is because Black Friday is around the corner. Every year they have a Black Friday box, and the Black Friday box, if you buy it, it comes with a bunch of different awesome goodies on the inside, and it's like a sample of a lot of their really cool stuff that you can sublimate. So I want to show you some of the stuff that I got in last year's box, so that you can anticipate what's coming up in this year's box. And last year, what they did was they put a golden ticket, like 4 different golden tickets in their boxes. And if you opened your box and had the golden ticket in it, then you won a Sawgrass printer. I'm pretty sure it was Sawgrass. I know it was a sublimation printer. So you definitely want to look out for that and look for that black box, but the details about their black box, Black Friday box, should be on their website already. If not, it will be soon. But one of the things that they had that they sent in the black box is the Apple Watch band. So I do have an Apple Watch band that we could sublimate tonight if we wanted to, and we'll put everything that I'm going to show you is a possibility of something we can do tonight in addition to the learning pillow. And if we have time and don't run out of time, the learning pillow will take a little bit of time to show you how that's set up. But here's our Apple Watch. Then we also, in that box, I got a mug, a really nice heavy duty 15-ounce mug that we can sublimate on, and it's cool because it has a color handle and the color rim. So this would be perfect if I was doing black, because it will allow the edge and the lip to be black to match the outside of this mug. So that's pretty cool. And the handle, you know, because the handle isn't the easiest thing to sublimate. And you can sublimate handles, but it's not the easiest thing to sublimate. All right, now after I show you this, we'll go into some of the questions for those who may be beginners, so that you can know what, answer some questions about sublimation. Another thing I got was a car coaster. Okay, so this is one of those thirsty coasters that you put down in the cup holder in the car, and it absorbs moisture from the bottom of your cups. You can sublimate these. We got a camping cup. So this is an aluminum mug that can be sublimated. So we got that in the box last year. We also got this puzzle. So the puzzle was in the box. I don't know how many pieces this is. Does it say? Nope, doesn't say how many pieces. But here's a puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do math, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a 60-piece puzzle. Was in that box, and they have several puzzles available. So all of this stuff would make excellent customizable gifts. All right. And now one of the last things I want to show you is, here is a glass cutting board. So they have cutting boards of various sizes and shapes available at dietrans.com too. Love the cutting boards. I love, 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 love sublimating cutting boards. They're awesome. They turn out absolutely beautiful. Those are a lot of fun. Now, I did bring out some extra stuff to sublimate. I was looking for my skinny tumblers, couldn't find them. I'm so devastated right now. My skinny tumblers are somewhere in the house. I have to find them because of moving. I haven't laid eyes on them since we moved. I know I have them. I just don't know where they're packed up. So I'm not going to be able to get to that. But I did bring out a square tile from, like, this is just your basic ceramic tile from Lowe's. While you cannot sublimate on this directly as it is, there's ways you can treat it so that you can sublimate on it. So this is an option if we were able to get to it. Another thing that is available at dietrans.com. Let me open this up and show you what is in here, because I ordered these separate from my black box because I got one, if I'm remembering correctly, in my black box. It was so stinking cute, I had to order some. Because it really did turn out cute. Made one for my daughter. So here we have shot glasses. The shot glasses turned out so stinking cute. These were so adorable. So you have shot glasses that are awesome, a little small gift that you could give if you so chose to do so. So I got a whole thing of shot glasses. We're not doing all of those, but I brought them out so that you can see these were from dietrans.com. They have shot glasses too. And then I brought out some blank t-shirts that, well, this ain't the right bag, but I do have t-shirts for sublimating as well. And that's not from Dietrans. Like, if you maybe not be ready to take the plunge to order. Welcome Kimberly Armstrong to the Hoop Group. I'm going to have to ring the bell for you. I'm going to point this one thing out. But we also have some blanks that I'm going to go over, that if you just want to try it out, something you want to mess with or whatever, and not destroy something you paid for from sublimation blanks that you could do for customers, we have some other stuff that I can give you tips on that you can sublimate in addition to, that you can just pick up from Walmart if you wanted to. Alrighty. So one other thing I forgot to mention at the very beginning is that a part of what we do here, now I mentioned you can order a bell once you become a member of the Hoop Group by going to thebabiesbooty.com and clicking on that little bell icon and request your bell. Once you are a member here on YouTube, you can do that. But we ring the bell to celebrate baby. So if you purchase, like for instance, a new sublimation printer, and you let us know you have a new sublimation printer already, we'll ring the bell for you that it's already been delivered. That's what I was trying to say. So if you just got a new baby, whether it's an embroidery machine, whether it's a sublimation printer, whether it's a Cricut, we celebrate with you by ringing the bell. So another thing we celebrate is folks joining the YouTube Hoop Group. So Kimberly Armstrong, let's welcome you to the Hoop Group with an awesome bell ring. Woo! Yes, thank you. Thank you so very much for joining the YouTube Hoop Group. We definitely appreciate it. Welcome. And as you see all the purple bells in the chat, if you are a YouTube Hoop Group member, you get to put your purple bells up too. And Miss Bickham, hopefully you will definitely enjoy your family, and happy anniversary, my love. So I want to also, let's see, Andrea says she loves Sawgrass, had the 400, but now the 1000. There are dedicated sublimation printers that are out there. Lonnie, it's a combination. For the most part, I try to use Cosmos Ink. Cosmos Ink, I think, is in my description. I'll check and see. But Cosmos Ink is a excellent ink. Nope, I don't have it in my description. I'll have to get that and put it in the description. But if there are time to time where they've been inundated with orders and sold out, especially when they have a sale, so then I have to fall back to ink that I can find. And I've used some off of Amazon fairly simply, and it works as well in a pinch. Laverne says she's working on saving for her sublimation printer for her birthday in March. I am not upset when you are talking about saving for a printer, because one thing's for certain, there are several different brands out there, and you want to get something that's going to be supported very well. So do your research. Do your research. Ask around. There are several folks in our group that have sublimation printers like Sawgrass or whatever, and like Miss Andrea Ross. So that is what you want to get some feedback on. I do not use a Sawgrass. I decided to go the do-it-yourself route, if I may say. Borcua Sewing and Crafts, you got your Sawgrass 500 printer last week. Well, we need to ring the bell for you. Congratulations! Yes, holler! Sawgrass in the house, another little sublimation baby. What printer do I use? Crystal Creations. I use the Epson 7720, but from what I understand, the 7720 is being phased out. They're not going to sell it anymore for whatever reason. But I love my 77. I'm sorry, I don't have the 20. I have the 10. I love my 7710. It's a totally awesome printer, and I've gotten tons of use out of it, and no issues whatsoever. Have you ever used it with Caesar Easy Subly for cotton? Lonnie, I have not. Easy Subly is excellent, though. From what I understand, it works very well. I couldn't, because I don't do dark shirts often enough where I need light vinyl. I couldn't justify the price for it, so I did not buy it. I didn't. I have yet to try the Easy Subly. I have yet to try it. So let's go into a little bit before we start talking about this pillow. Uh-oh, even though my Etsy shop hasn't opened yet, I took the leap and got my second PE 800 last week from Amazon, just in case I get lots of orders when I open, hopefully. That was a smart move. The PE 800 is a totally awesome machine. Do you have it already? Has it already been delivered? Let us know so that we can ring the bell for you. Kimberly loves her Sawgrass 500. The junk drawer of nonsense and know-it-all got an Epson Workforce 3640 and sitting it now for sublimation. And you can go back to the older printers and use it as a sublimation machine. You sure can. Shirley Stewart has the Sawgrass 500 as well as the Sawgrass Chroma Blast. So she has sublimation Sawgrass printers as well. Let's see. Want to make sure. Yep, it's in the craft room. Well, Michelle, let's congratulate you on your PE 800. Holla! Yeah! Congratulations! Congratulations. That PE 800 is a nice machine. Mama Doulas, you're looking for the link of what? The link to what, rather, I should say. Ink or the embroidery machine, the printer. What link are you looking for? So when it comes to sublimation, I definitely want to point out a couple of things. For those of you who are interested in sublimation and not sure whether or not it's for you or something you want to get into, sublimation is a totally awesome process where you superheat an ink with a heat press or a mug press or something of that nature. You heat the ink and it turns from a liquid to a gas. That is the scientific process of sublimation. But in sublimation, what happens is once you apply that heat, the surrounding polyester material, whether it's a poly coating like polyacrylic or whether it's a poly fabric like polyester, it will absorb that ink and it will become a permanent part of that fabric or that poly. The poly absorbs it and it's permanent. It does not come out. You can bleach it. It doesn't come out. So one of the things that people tend to ask is, can you sublimate on cotton? Okay. This is a 100% cotton t-shirt. This t-shirt technically is a no-no for sublimation. Cotton is not a sublimatable material. If you want to sublimate on cotton, you will have to have a polyester go-between between the ink and the cotton. So that's where is it? I just answered the question. Let me go back up. Lonnie asked about using Easy Subli for cotton. Easy Subli is a type of vinyl that you can sublimate on the vinyl and put it on the shirt. But you have to sublimate to that vinyl first before applying it to the shirt. And I'm hoping actually more so than the mug and shot glass and the puzzle and the watch and all of that jazz, there's something really cool that you can do with vinyl, a special vinyl, where you're not using Easy Subli, but it makes a really cool effect. And that's something I really definitely want to show you guys, but we got to get to that part first. Okay. And we got to do the learning pillow first. So who knows what kind of surprises we have in store. And if we have to do that as a separate video, we will. But cotton is not sublimation friendly. It is not. I don't care what anybody tells you. They can say the moon is pink and it's only 200 miles away. And yes, you can sublimate on cotton. You cannot sublimate directly onto cotton. You have to have a poly layer somewhere, some kind of way in between in order to sublimate on it. Also, sublimating on dark fabrics. All right. You cannot reasonably sublimate on a dark surface. Why? Why can you not sublimate on dark? You can, let me back up. You can, but you won't be able to see it. All right. And we're going to show an example of that here in a little bit because I do have a couple of polyester shirts like these for these shirts here that I purchased to make some shirts for my kids, and these are not white, but I did sublimate on them with black. Okay, so black will show up on this, but you have to understand when you look at any printer, for the most part, your standard inkjet printers that you purchase in the store, what are the colors in the printer? Usually it's yellow, blue, pink, and black. or cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, right? Okay, well, those four colors, what of those four colors makes the color white? None of them. You don't get white out of a printer. Where your white comes from is your white paper in the background, and then the ink colors in all around and puts in varying levels of ink to achieve the color that you're going for on your fabric, on your paper, whatever the case may be. So that white background is what you're using to create your sublimation designs. That's why the mug is white. That's why the car coaster is white. That's why the Apple Watch is white. I can sublimate the color black on here, but the white background is going to make the difference between magenta and baby pink, because they'll put just a bare layer of the magenta to achieve, to mix with that white coming through the background to make that baby pink color. So you cannot sublimate white. Okay, you can sublimate on white, but the background of a dark colored shirt will not give you white unless you have a white layer in between that gives you the white, which is what Easy Subly does. A product like Easy Subly, that vinyl is white, so when you sublimate over the top of it, that's where your white comes from in your garments, in your designs. Okay, so sublimation, I hear the Subly spray doesn't work after washing. There is a product out there that you can spray on a cotton fabric that will allow you to sublimate on that dried spray that has been applied to the shirt, because that spray has a polyester material or a concentration built into the spray, and that's what gives you that layer that you can sublimate on. There's mixed reviews on that. Some people say it works absolutely great. They love it. They've gotten nothing but the best results from it. And some people say they just won't use it because it doesn't work. I haven't used it because I prefer to use something that I know for sure will work. So that's why whenever I purchase things to sublimate on, I try to find the things that are either already made for sublimation or things that I can make for sublimation or turn into a sublimatable product. And there's a couple of ways to do that. One way, like for instance, if you go on to Amazon, I saw where someone purchased little wooden ornaments and they use lamination pouches to create a surface that you can sublimate on and turned it into a lovely ornament. Or like this tile, we could put lamination surface on the top and turn it into a surface that can be sublimated on. Lamination meaning these pouches here. So pouches that you would put in your laminator. Okay, these can be purchased from Walmart. They can be purchased from Amazon. They can be purchased Sam's Club. And when you open them, which I was looking for the box that I already have open, and right now I can't find it because I cleaned up the other day. Yay! But when you use one of these pouches, you will cut it in half, okay? Because it's a pouch, it's a pocket. And to make a pocket, you have to have two layers, right? So you cut it open to take away, make it into two layers instead of just a joined together pocket, and make two separate sheets. And that one sheet you can use to laminate something. So that's how you would use the lamination paper. And another example of using lamination paper in that way is, I had an example right here. Go me, go me, go, go me. Okay. So for instance, here is a pack of canvas from Dollar Tree. They're little skinny canvases, right? And you can take, here's a lamination pouch that I've already cut apart and cut into squares that fit the canvas. Okay, so I would take the dull side down This is 2 sheets. I knew it was. I was like, it's got to be 2 sheets. It was. Okay. So dull side down onto the canvas, and that will leave the shiny side up. And then I would heat this on the heat press for a set amount of time, and then take it out. And what will happen is this laminating sheet will laminate the front of the canvas. Okay, so it'll adhere to the front of the canvas and make a slick laminating surface because this is polyester. This is made from poly. Then I can go back and sublimate an image on the front of it and make a canvas. All right. I've made some as we go about the show today. If they're still over there, I will grab one and show you how it turned out. Okay. The flat ones can be done. The regular canvases, from what I understand, can be done as well. But the problem is sometimes those clamshell heat presses don't clamp down on this. And then too, because it's a flexible surface, you will have to put something, wedge something like one lady says she balls up a t-shirt and puts it in here so that this surface stays nice and flat so that the lamination will adhere to it properly. So there's a couple of ways to sublimate and make some money and skin a cat, but without going through a bunch of hoops and hurdles and stresses and whatnot. Just order from dyetrends.com, where they have canvases, they have the proper shirts, they have everything set up the way you need it to be so that you can sublimate on it and make money. All right. Now, what I was trying to show you, which I just also remembered what I was doing while I was trying to go to dyetrends.com, is when you go and you look at the sublimation blanks that they offer, it will pull up a price list. If you have an account, it will pull up a price list and it'll say if you purchase 1 to say 10 of an item, it'll be this price. If you purchase 11 of 50 of something, it's this price. If you purchase 51 of 75, it's a different price. The price continues to get lower because you're buying more and more in bulk. Well, if you contact dyetrends.com and you purchase embroidery blanks from them and let them know when you're setting up your account that the Baby's Booty referred you, you will get second tier pricing. So you won't have to pay the 1 to 10 price. You'll pay the 11 to 25 price, whatever that second tier is. They've offered that discount for our viewers, so that's pretty snazzy of them to offer that. Marianne says she makes her own. As I mentioned, some people do, and it works some for some folks, and some folks it doesn't. Again, I haven't tried it myself because I just get the stuff that's either already sublimation ready or the products that actually have worked for me. But it's up to each individual person. I'm not knocking it, but definitely give it a shot if you so choose to try it. And I'm glad it definitely works for her. Hello, Miss Mary Stovall. How are you? Welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really appreciate it. Gorgeous Rose, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Andre asked, could he ask 2 questions about embroidery? You definitely can. TX Scrapper 1, hello, good evening to you as well. Crystal Creations, welcome. Kimberly, yes, trying it is really cool. Remove the staples, sublimate on the canvas, and then restaple it back. I've heard of people doing that as well. And if you know how to do that, then by all means. I started to try, but because I'm working on a project and I wanted canvases, so that's why I do have some. But when I looked at all of these staples and was like, ooh, I gotta take out all them staples, that's gonna have to be a project for another day. So I did not. Pat Ash, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Hello, PG. How are you? Welcome. Yvette, yes. Can you get a bell ring? I just got a new sublimation printer for your 50th. Woo woo. I'm here to learn. Well, congratulations on your new sublimation printer, baby. Holla! Congratulations. Yes, we definitely gonna be sublimating tonight. Hello, Elizabeth Davis. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Now for the pillow. All right, the sublimation pillow, the learning pillow. So I wish which I couldn't keep the sublimation learning pillow that I did make because the little fellow would have been pretty upset with me had I took his pillow back, even if I had told him, oh, I want to show it to the people on YouTube. He's 2. He wouldn't understand that. He would have pitched the fit, and his older brother would have as well. So I don't have one to show you, but we're going to work on making one, and I want to show you the process that I use to make one, and then go over it with you. So here are the sublimation shirts. And where is my pillow? And of course, right now I can't find my pillow. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what I did with the pillow. But it kind of doesn't matter. Here's some shirts as well. Here are the sublimation shirts I was mentioning earlier, so I brought them over. One of the other things I did to show you the other way to make the pillow, I bought a travel pillow. That's what I was looking for. I bought a little travel pillow, and it was the regular pillow from Walmart, travel size, but the cover of the pillow, it wasn't a removable cover. It's the way the pillow was made. It was made out of polyester, okay? And now, I mentioned earlier that polyester is what absorbs the ink. Cotton does not absorb sublimation ink. Polyester does, okay? Polyacrylic, polyurethane, it is what absorbs the ink. So whenever you go to sublimate on something that you may purchase that's not off of Dytrans, like if you go to Walmart and you want to make the learning pillow like what I made, well, the pillow, the pre-made pillow, it said that the shell of the pillow was polyester, 100% polyester. So what I was going to show you all was to cut the pillow open just a little bit, pull the stuffing out, and sublimate on it. Another option is to get pillow cases, and I've seen a couple of people do this because the standard size pillowcases are easier to find. So here is a set of 2 microfiber pillowcases. These are standard size. All right, now one of the things I want to point out is right here where it says microfiber, but it may not show, but it says 100% polyester microfiber. Now there are other pillowcases at Walmart and other stores. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be Walmart, Target, wherever. You can find some pillowcases that may be a blend. I saw some today where it was 56% cotton and 34% polyester. Well, that's not enough polyester because what happens is it will absorb the amount of polyester content. So instead of absorbing 100% ink off of your transfer, the surface will only absorb 35, or what was it, 34% of the ink from off of your transfer. If this was 85% polyester and 15% cotton, then it will absorb 85% of the ink off of your transfer and not the 15% because it's only 15% polyester. And I do have a video on this channel where we've done some sublimation and I showed the difference in the different percentages so that you could see exactly what I'm saying about the percentage of absorption rate. So what that basically translates to you is if you wanted, you were desperate, you had to make a pillow for somebody, you promised them, you didn't have a pillow, you couldn't find the 100%, but you did see the 85%. If you got the 85% and you sublimated it for your customer may not notice the difference between 100% and 85%. And the kid definitely won't be able to tell. The kid will just be happy to see the colors and the ABCs and all of that jazz on the pillow. So you could do it, but which would be more vibrant, which would be more bold? It would be the 100% option. So just keep that in mind as you're learning sublimation and doing sublimation on different items, what all is out there and what's the best option to go with, okay? Let's see. Andre, let me get one thing. Elizabeth, you're welcome. Thank you. Janet McKinney, how are you? Welcome. You're welcome, Yvette. Um, is Dytrans and Conde the same? B sharp? Yes, it is. Conde Systems is the name of the company. Dytrans.com is the web address. So yes, they are the same. Andre says, thank you. When changing a hoop, how do you center it on your embroidery machine? And the Sew It Pro class, what does it teach you? Sew It Pro class teaches you how to use the Sew It Pro program. We did have a beginner's class this evening, and it'll be a while before I offer another beginner's class. Our next class is the advanced class. And in the advanced class, we're going to learn how to use Sew It Pro to edit more advanced designs in a more advanced way, how to edit designs in a more advanced way. So that's what Sew It Pro is. Now, how you center it on your embroidery machine, it depends on the embroidery machine, sir, unfortunately. Um, because each machine has different ways of centering a hoop. So when you're saying changing a hoop, I'm assuming you're probably talking about like the multi-needle machines. Um, what I would suggest, if you're talking about the red line, what I generally do to get the center of the hoop back in place, the ones that are pre-programmed on the machine, is I'll go into the hoop menu and change the hoop to another hoop size, say a smaller hoop or a larger hoop, and then go back to the hoop size that I want, and it should automatically center the machine and the hoop itself. But otherwise, it depends on the machine that you have. Walk by Faith, you were able to open up the Stitchtopia font. Holler, y'all. I told you, it's not hard. It takes time, but it's not hard. This is Ashley. I forgot. I just got a new Epson EcoTank printer that I converted to an Eco Solvent printer and a 15 by 15 heat press on Tuesday. Man, that's what's up. That is a awesome bell ring because you got not just one baby, you got two babies. So congratulations. Yeah, two babies, two babies, two babies. That's what's up. This is Ashley. Congratulations to you and a used 1x6. Oh my gosh, you just got it going on over there. Oh no. Avery said you used a 1x6. Yes, that's what's up. Dytrans.com. Yes, Nora. That is the website. Dytrans.com. Oh, a 1x6 piece of wood. Cut it down to fit the inside of a canvas and it works great. I tried the wood. It did not work for me. How do you keep your embroidery office organized? We might not want to answer that question right now. Is it subby in one section, fabrics in one section? You got the most going on. Tell us. Shayna, you put me on the spot, girl. To be completely honest, it's not necessarily one thing in one spot. So I have my printers and then I have my heat presses over on that side of the table. I have my cutting table back in the back. And then behind me are the embroidery machines. Now with fabrics, I keep those downstairs in the basement in their tubs. But I don't really use fabrics like that. It's rare that I have to dig out fabric for anything. So at some point, I'll probably be selling off all of that fabric. But shirts and hats and things that I would embroider on are downstairs as well. But I've gotten to the place where I only purchase what I need for the customer project that I'm dealing with at that time. So I don't keep a lot of inventory on hand anymore. Um, so that helps me with keeping things somewhat organized. But my sublimation blanks are in a storage room in the house where I keep most of my sublimation stuff in one place for the most part. But I'm in the process of consolidating, condensing, and getting rid of as well. So at this moment, it's a work in progress. And I'm not done. It's going to be a while before I get done because it's going to have to take, some time to go through everything. And when you're teaching classes and, trying to stay active in the hoop groups and all of this other stuff, it's just, yeah, no. I'm doing good to have time to eat, sleep, and breathe. So right now it's not completely organized. It's a little bit chaotic, but not super bad. And then just trying to get used to a new location. So yeah, it's a work in progress at this point. Andre says the 15 needle Toyota. Okay, so if you're talking about the multi needle machine, there should be a setting in there where you can adjust hoop size, but there also should be a setting where you can press and recenter everything. Most of the machines have that, but I don't know the interface for your embroidery machine, so I can't answer that question, unfortunately. Is there design software that can help with your own designs if you can draw? Yeah. Do you have Adobe Illustrator? Adobe Photoshop? There's a lot of, oh, if you can't draw, well, I have a solution for you guys, and that's what I was going to show you tonight. That's what I was going to show you tonight. Marge, he wouldn't be talking about the repositional hoop because the repositional hoop, we don't need a repositional hoop for the multi-needle machines. So he's just talking about recentering on a regular multi-needle hoops. So you said, or purchase design templates. Yes, we have a location where you can purchase design templates. So what Pro Andre does not have its own fonts. We recommend that you purchase fonts from like Stitchtopia, for instance, which is in the description below. She has marvelous fonts. And use those fonts in the So What Pro program. You have to put the butcher paper on. Yes, I am aware of that because it'll stick. The lamination will stick. But I've not made one. I've just read what other people have done. I haven't necessarily come up with a reason to sublimate on wood just yet. So that's why I haven't really done anything with wood yet. Um, you're welcome, Shayna. So going back to the learning pillow, I'm mentally also trying to figure how to show you guys the screen on setting this up, but it's fairly simple. The problem is you will have to know what designing software program you want to use, and it is definitely going to be based on that. Okay, so I, for instance, use Photoshop. I absolutely love Photoshop, although it's a pretty complex program, but it does the job for me. So initially, this is the other way people have been making these learning pillows. Now, this is, to me, this is really big, especially for a pre-K child, because most of the learning pillows are for the pre-K age range. But you can make a pillow out of this. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do it. Number one, you can just sublimate this, and then you can sublimate it as a pillowcase, and then stick a regular pillow inside of it after it's done, and it could be the learning pillow. Another method people have been doing is getting the travel size pillowcase and then stuffing it with fluff afterwards to make the pillow. Or you could stuff this and stitch it closed and make a learning pillow off of this. Now, I do like the concept of using it as a pillowcase. Even with the ones that I made for the boys, there's our pillowcases, because the pillowcases, you know, especially in my instance, boys are rough and boys play, and you know they'll come home from school, Jeremy, and all of those jazz, whatever, or daycare. So you can easily unzip it, throw it in the wash. It's sublimated. It is not going to fade, and it is not going to bleach out. Put that pillowcase back on, and there they have their learning pillow again. So I prefer the pillowcase method over stuffing a pillowcase and creating a pillow. That's just my preference. It's entirely up to you, but it has to be flat. Like having the stuffing in this and sublimating on it would be uh, a challenge, because you want to get it as flat as possible so that it can sublimate flat. So it's best to use it as a blank pillowcase. Now, can you use BX fonts on your embroidery machine if you change the format? You can't change the format of a BX font. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So a BX font is a file extension, but you will need a software program that can read a BX font and change it into a file extension. So if you have the program in Brilliance, which uses a BX font, you can use the BX font in that program. And once you type out what you want, you can save it in the file format for your embroidery machine. But if you don't have that particular program, you can't use BX fonts. So that program is native to that that program. Okay. So going into our learning pillow, what the learning pillow, you basically find your graphics, and to be completely transparent, I went to Google and I Googled pre-K learning posters and then took images from what I pulled up on Google and sized it to fit the surface of the pillowcase that I used for their pillow. Their pillowcase, I want to say, was 14 by 20 or something like that. It was much, much smaller than this. It was probably closer to, this size in a way. Might even been more like this size is what their pillow was. And I just sized it based on the different graphics and fit as many of the different little graphics as I could on the surface and then sublimated it to the surface of the pillow. That's how to do it in a nutshell. And unfortunately, because I have to show in the program how to set that up, that's where the complication is going to come in, because I don't have a way to share that screen. Unfortunately, I'm trying to think of a workaround without crashing us again, because I crashed us earlier, and I don't want to do that. Also, to show you for the shirts, the colored shirts as well, we'll go into that. So here is, I wonder if that camera will work. I'm trying to show y'all how to do this. Let me see if I can't do this. I'm gonna try this. Oh, I hope I don't crash, y'all. I'll be trying. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So, hello. Oh my gosh, can y'all see that? It may not be the right one. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if y'all can see that. It's only showing the first layer, looks like. Yeah. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Drat. Okay. So that's Photoshop, and that's the program that I use. And the little template was in the lower left hand, but I had it pulled up on my end, and it wasn't wanting to show up on y'all's end. But what I can do is print it out. I didn't think of that. I can go ahead and print this and let you see what that looks like printed. And whenever you do sublimation, you would have to print mirror image, so it would have to be backwards, so that when you press it, it will be right side up. Okay, so the problem with this is now I would need to measure the size of the pillowcase. Well, actually, I don't need to measure. Usually the size is right here. Yes, it is. So these pillowcases are 20 inches by 32 inches. So what I'll probably do is the lengthwise take off 2 inches, and then up and down take off about an inch. So I'll do 19 by 30 just to make sure I have nice clearance around the edge and create a um, sublimation page for that. Now, the other problem is my printer, the largest I can print is 13 by 19. And then my heat press, the largest I can press is 15 by 15. So I'll either have to press in stages. I'm definitely going to have to print more than one page so that I can put them together to make a pillowcase to cover the entire pillowcase. But I'll also have to print it in stages and piece them together and press them. So it is definitely something that's going to. We see the man in the boat. Yeah, that was but it didn't pull up the other page I was trying to show you. You know what? Let me see something. Let's see if this, because I do have the other camera set up. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can't get this to work. Oh. And there, that might work. It's kind of archaic. I don't like it, but we're doing the best we can under the circumstances. So let us do this. All right, so here is what I was trying to show you. This is Photoshop. Let me see if I can zoom in, and that was entirely too much. So we're gonna come back out. But at any rate, so here is the one that I was putting together. This is the back side of his pillow. There's body parts, and then there's days of the week, and then there's the weather. And each one of these, as you see, is separate little blocks. And of course, what you put on the pillow is totally, totally up to you. There's no right or wrong. It's going to be based on what the kid wants and what the parent wants, obviously. So you can customize this to whatever you want. The other thing that I did with his pillow is I put his name on it. So what I'm going to do is see if we can't get one. We said, what did I tell you? This is 20 by 32, so I said 19. So I can do 13 by 19. So I want that to be wide. And then half of 30 is 15. So I'm going to do 15 by 19. And then I'll do two of these to make the whole pillow. So for this part of the pillow, we're going to go into what I do is I'll place or embed a picture. And if we go into my downloads, you can see I have quite a few things in here. But here are the children's graphics. So like shapes is right here. So I'll select that. And of course, it's going to pop up in the workspace. So I can move it wherever I want. I can resize it to whatever size I want. So if I want shapes to be primary, I could put that on here. If I want it to be smaller, I can resize it. It's entirely up to you. And what I tend to do is just play with it as time goes on and as I add more content to the pillow. So I'm going to select that and then we'll add something else on here. So let's go down. I went too far, I think. Yep. Months of the year. We're going to put that. And I'm going to make it the same size. Or so I thought. All right, so months of the year. Then we're going to do animals. Just, I mean, that's the cool thing. It's totally random, totally up to you. Um, just think pre-K, so to speak, and it will help you know what to put on here. Now, the other thing that I used on here, like I said, I did his name. So we're going to add text. And this one is going to be for a different child. So we're going to put Layla, but the font that I used, Lord, I'm going to have to remember the font, the name that I used. I'm going to select this one right now and make it much bigger because I cannot see that. Okay. I'll do. Okay. Let me open one that I've done recently. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Let's open this one. Okay, this font is, okay, that's the name of the font. So I went to, I think it was defont.com, and I found this font. It's called KG. Here it is, KG Primary Penmanship. And so it automatically had the little lines showing how to write your letters, which I thought was super cute. So you can type, you know, whatever name you want, and it looks like primary letters. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that is a font that I use. Hold on, let me, KG Primary Penmanship on whatever the name of that, the font. So that way, one of the other things the child can learn is how their name is on the letters, on the writing, so that they can learn their writing. So let's go back to what else? We got animals, we got shapes, we got colors, basic colors. So as you see, it's not difficult to create at all. You just pick and choose what you want on there, and then you print it out. You could even go so far as to put, was one of the ideas that I had, but I decided not to go with it, is to put a picture of the parents, and that way they could you know, see how to spell mom and dad's name type situation. So that was one of the other things I put on, or wanted to put on the pillow, but I decided not to do it. I decided against it. How do you feel today is another one that I've used. And so that's pretty much that. So now when we go to print, I need it to be this one, and I need it to, nope, that was the right one. I need somebody to help me get my printers set up properly. All right, so I usually print with my Epson on premium presentation. Paper matte is what I normally do. And then when I click the more options tab, I can tell it to mirror. And then I can tell it to print. So let me grab 13 by 19. Paper, which is super huge. now I'm going to tell it to print. Boom. Whoops. Wait a minute. Nope, that ain't right. Landscape. Let me make sure I have the right. Super B 13 by 19 landscape color, because that's supposed to fit in there. So why is it not? So let's cancel this. And I'm going to join, not you. Image it, where is transform? I'll make it smaller because it's, I don't know why it is not cooperating. So it's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Move this up. So as you see, it is definitely a work in progress. You have to play with everything, even though I knew, let's see, I had everything in the right size. Let's go. Transform. Already did that one, so it's this one. All right. And now I'm going to print. I'm gonna double check my settings, Super B, blah, 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 and then okay, and then print. And happen to realize my printer's not set up. I mean, turned on. So not turned on, but the printer is not connected. So let's connect the printer to the laptop. And we're going to do this so we can put y'all back and then hook up the printer. So at any rate, where are y'all? Let me put you back where I can see you, or see the chat rather, and see where I am. Can you use, okay, so it did that. Let's see the main, okay. Hello, Inspiration Creations. How are you? Lisa Pedden. Thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for joining us. The misses. I wish it was an affordable home business machine where the width and length could be larger for larger projects. Why is it necessary to pull the photos into Photoshop? The photos from Google Print low quality. Let me go to the first question, which was, well, not necessarily a question, but a statement. You mentioned that you wish it was more affordable for home projects. Now, are you talking about sublimation? Because, like, for instance, I don't, maybe that's why they stop with the 7720 and the 7710, because if you could find the 7720 or the 7710, both of those go up to 13 by 19. And at one point, those were just $200 printers. And 13 by 19 is massive, especially when my heat press doesn't even do, it's only 15 by 15. It doesn't do 19 inches. So if you get the bigger printer, you also have to have the bigger press, which the bigger press is expensive as well. So you have to take in consideration the larger your project is, the more it's going to be anyway. So therefore, your home projects generally are not going to be as large. Now, if you're looking to do larger projects, like for instance, an all over shirt, some people would consider that what they would like to do, but the all over shirt would be something that most people would do for a business. So if you're talking about business, it's not necessarily going to be as affordable as like your home based stuff. For instance, the Cricut is a cutting machine, but there are also industrial cutters that are much bigger, and not really too much more expensive in some instances, and in some instances it's a good bit more. But at the end of the day, those industrial cutting machines are made for businesses. That's why they're so big and so massive. Whereas your silhouettes, your Cricut, your brother scanning cut, those are for home projects. Those are not industrial machines. So people tend to take those and make them for their businesses, but that's not what they were intended for. You can use it for that purpose, but that's not what they were intended for. So anytime you're looking at going larger scale, like the larger embroidery machine equipment, that's for commercial use, business use. So it is definitely going to cost more than the smaller home machines. So yeah, that's a part of it. The misses. So you know, unfortunately, that's a part of it. The business stuff is going to cost more because the larger stuff is mainly created for business purposes. Now, Yvette, you asked why is it necessary to pull the photos into Photoshop? It's not necessary. I don't have to do it. I just choose to do so that I can resize and combine everything into one massive sheet instead of doing one picture at a time, I guess is what you're asking, because I've used Microsoft Publisher before to sublimate with. Same principle. I bring the picture into Publisher and arranged my pictures and my lettering and stuff so that it'll be exactly how I want on one sheet, and then print it all out on one sheet and go from there. But there's no, it's not necessary. But of course, if something is low quality, even if I bring it into Photoshop, it's still going to print low quality, because if you're pulling it off of Google, most when you're in Google, it tells you in the lower right hand corner when you hover over a picture that you're intending to download or screen print off of Google, it'll tell you what the resolution, resolution is. Um, Carmen Alvarado, welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Can't wait to make one for my granddaughter. I thought I had to buy the pattern the way you are teaching it. Yes, yes, this is very customizable, very personalized. This is definitely a project that you make for yourself. All of the sublimation technically is. And that's where I wanted to send you guys. The link is in the description below to Creative Fabrica. Now, one of the things that I did over the last couple of days was in preparation for this live, I decided last Wednesday that I was going to do sublimation. And one of the things that I've noticed is the tumblers, the skinny tumblers, and people are doing those and they are customizing them to what they want, which is fine. There are people out there who sell pre-made templates that you can purchase, yes, but you can make them yourself. The thing is, you just have to know how long a sheet you need to go around the cup, the diameter, so that you know how wide to make your design, and how tall, the height of the cup. Once you get those two measurements, you just import them into something like Photoshop, which is what I use, and make your own, just like I did for the pillow, and it's printing out now. So that being the case, everything that we show you can be custom made and custom designed. But as someone asked earlier, what if you can't draw? What if you're not good at art and artwork? Well, if you go to Creative Fabrica And again, this is a point of frustration because I don't have a way at this moment to share my screen with you that I know of. Um, you would be able to see that Creative Fabrica will allow you to get backgrounds, really cool backgrounds. This is killing me. I'm gonna see if I can't get y'all to see this because I was just floored. Um, and I know I'm asking for trouble because I don't want to crash my computer, and I can hear my honey back in the background saying, "Don't do it." Let's see if I can. Actually, no, it's not what I want. Let's do this one. Nope. Y'all, I'm learning this. Okay, yeah, oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, so window. Okay, well maybe this will work. Let's see if this works for you guys. Okay, so here is Creative Fabrica, and what I want to show you in regards to Creative Fabrica, notice that this page is graphic backgrounds. Graphic backgrounds. Okay, so we're jumping off of the pillow briefly, only because it's printing out and I need to cut the heat press on, which I haven't done yet. But we'll cut the heat press on so that we can press at least one part of the pillow so that you can see what that looks like. But here are graphic backgrounds. Notice what the results are. They have 39,892 options for backgrounds. Or in other words, this is page 1. Their last page is page 1109. So needless to say, you should be able to find something that you can use to be creative, to sublimate on anything that we have here in that I showed you that you can sublimate on. So for instance, watercolor backgrounds are really cute. Candy shop, totally adorable. You have all of these. I mean, look at all the designs: red glitter, purple glitter, which I love purple glitter. Space Galaxy tie dye. Oh my God, I have got to get tie dye because that is absolutely gorgeous. I shouldn't have clicked on it, but I did. Look at that. That is so cute. Oh my God. And as you see, 48 plus people have favorited this as well because they liked it as well. So in effect, what you could do is take this background and then put your own wording over the top. Like, this is my get up and this is my rise and shine mug or something like that, and you can use this as a background to your coffee mug with the wording on top and create your own sublimation design to go on a coffee mug. Or for instance, the Apple Watch, you might want a tie-dye Apple Watch. Here you go, you can use this as the background. Just print this, lay the Apple Watch on top and press it. Boom, you have a tie-dyed Apple Watch that you made with the tie-dye that you wanted. um Going back to the background, they have 1,100 pages of stuff. Y'all, I don't know if you hear me. 1,100 pages of stuff. So imagine, like, look at this glitter dripping, this dripping glitter. You could use this on a skinny tumbler and it would look like you had glitter on the tumbler. And then on this plain color part below the drip, you could put Stacy's mug or my Tumblr or fancy Tumblr, whatever. Creative Fabrica has backgrounds enough to where you can create just about any kind of project you think you might want for your sublimation project. And if you just take the time and scroll through, y'all, I scrolled the other night for 3 hours, I think it was. I had to ask my husband straight, and I only made it to page 120. I couldn't get further than that. I mean, you probably could speed scroll, but I was too busy saying, "Ooh, that's cute. Ooh, that's cute. Ooh, that's cute. Ooh, that's," you know what I'm saying? So, if you wanted to even make a learning pillow, for instance, and have a cute little design in the background, you could choose to do so if you wanted to. Or you can just sublimate, like put tie dye in the background if you wanted. Um, I'm gonna favorite that because that's cute. Um, our mug, our puzzle. I mean, again, I had to show y'all this because I did not know it existed here on Creative Fabrica. I wish to God I did know, because I would have had all of this done ahead of time. Look, you can do a foil effect on something like the skinny tumbler, or even on the pillow. It could look like foil, and you put his learning, he or she, their learning stuff over the top. Denim and lace. This would be cute on a mug. That would be super cute to have that denim and lace look on a coffee mug. I'm just saying, here you have oodles, oodles and oodles and oodles of backgrounds that you can use and be creative with and make your own whatever for whatever it is that you're doing. You could even, where did I see one? Like for instance, layered papers. You could do a paper and put some snazzy saying, and put it on a shirt. Sublimate it on a white shirt. Space backgrounds. You could do and put it on a cutting board if you're into space. Put a pretty space graphic in the back. Or you could do any one of these for the background of a cutting board and put the Christensen family, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's what I like about these backgrounds, because you can find what appeals to you and then layer whatever you want on the top. Like I am a huge cow fan. I love cows, love giraffes. So I would take this cat black and white cow pattern and put Eve's Kitchen, maybe in gold writing across the front, and sublimate that to my cutting board. And y'all, I'm gonna be fancy. I'm gonna be fancy because I like cows. So again, I wanted to show you all this. There is a link in the description, the very first link in the description box below, where you can click that and go through these backgrounds and wow yourself. And it's gonna take all weekend and all week to get through 1,100 pages of backgrounds. And they're adding more is with every day. So check that out when you get an opportunity so that you can use it to sublimate your own designs. And they even have illustrations on there. So someone was asking, what if you can't draw? Well, they have illustrations on there so that you can draw. I mean, so that it's already drawn, rather, I should say. So if you go back to graphics and you go into illustrations, let me switch you guys back over once that loads, because these were cute too. These are on here as well. So like for instance, look, you got the ladies who are friends, and you can put the ladies, they even have it on the mug. Look at there. So you can put you and your friend's name on there. You can put it on a bag. Your girls, all the clique, the crew. Illustrations. You click on graphics and illustrations, then it will show you all of these illustrations. Look at the cute little penguins you could put. I mean, it's so much stuff, and it's not It's so many different colors, so many different topics. A year of mugs. You have unicorns, you have gnomes, you have fairies, you have rainbows, you have, I mean, dragons. There's no end. Look, and they have 4,000 pages of illustrations. 4,000 pages of illustrations. So that's not just backgrounds. You're talking about backgrounds and illustrations. So if you can't draw, you don't have to. You can use this, and the way they have it set up. Look, couple with dogs, and they got different dog breeds. So you add the dog breed in with the couple that you want. You don't have to use the one that's there. If you don't know how to draw dogs, guess what? Here, they drew them for you. You don't know how to draw turkeys? Here, they drew the turkey for you. Look at here on the other page. I saw it as I clicked on it and got away from it. I'm gonna scroll down. Look, they have hairstyles. So you may not be able to draw hair, or like the picture with the women where the four friends, your friend may have purple hair. Well, look, right here in the middle, you can make her hair purple. Oh my God, you don't have to know how to draw. It is awesome sauce. I love Creative Fabrica for this and everything. Look, for any commercial project, you don't have to worry about whether or not you need a commercial license. Oh my God, can I sell that? That's trademark, blah blah blah. Nope, you get a license with everything in here that you purchase. Okay. So to answer the question earlier, what if you don't know how to draw? Doesn't matter. Look, they even got pigtails. Come on, y'all. You don't need to know how to draw pigtails. The pigtails is here for you. And you can take these pigtails and look, the little family, you can put it on the family, the hair, because your hair may not be long and blonde. You may have a short blonde bob. Or you may do pigtails. Well, here's your pigtails right here, baby girl. There's your pigtails. You can take them pigtails and lay it over the top of this lady's hair. And there you got it. This is tickling me. I'm just saying. It's crazy the way the way technology is now. You don't have to know how to do anything anymore. There's somebody out there that's done a lot of the work for you, and you just put it all together. And that's what this website does. Creative Fabrica, and they even have fonts, which I've always told you guys about the font. See, look, here's an illustration of what I was talking about earlier. If you wanted to do tumblers and you thought this was a cute design, well, look, this is a tumbler wrap design. So they already have it sized for you. They already have it printed with the flower. Everything that you see right here is exactly how it's laid out. All you got to do, buy it, download it, print it out, and press it to your skinny tumbler. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. If this one is a little bit tapered, so you'd have to get the one that's kind of tapered. But other than that, here's your skinny tumbler, and that's exactly how it'll turn out. If you wanted to, because it's for any commercial project, you can print this out and sell it on your own tumblers. You can sell these. You can also customize them. So you download this into Photoshop or into like what I was using before, Microsoft Publisher, and then use some of their fonts that they have that you download and type out the person's name and put it on there, and bam, you got a customized tumbler. I'm just trying to tell y'all, life has been made easy for you with this website. Creative Fabrica is just the bee's knees when it comes to, illustrations, backgrounds, fonts. I mean, I'm just saying. So if you have an opportunity, look, here's a mega sublimation bundle, 24 sublimation designs. I always carry a little crazy with me is on this one. I'm nicer than my face looks. This one says, I can't stay home. I'm a nurse. These are already put together, sublimated designs. You don't have to do anything. You just print it out and press it. So they have those as well. It's just you scroll through, look at all of the different things that they have. So going back, my ooh, that's pretty. That winter landscape, that is absolutely gorgeous. So my printer thing has printed out, but I didn't cut the heat press on, and we got 20 minutes, and I still ain't made no pillow. What kind of sense is that, y'all? We done got to looking at graphics and stuff. Look at the elephant family. Amazing. And look, you can create your own stuff here. They even got the pieces all broke apart so that you can put together and make your own. Tell me this ain't funky. Oh, those are pretty. I haven't looked at the illustrations lately, so look at that. That's pretty. A family tree. So you can print out this family or get this family tree and put the names on it, and it's a beautiful pink tree in the background. Llamas, no drama llamas. So yes, here are some really cool options for yeah, they do commercial license. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And as I mentioned, you click the link that I have in the description. It is an affiliate link. These guys are totally awesome. They do allow me to refer to you all. And it's just, see, Heather, I've only been through 20 pages. Ha! I'm trying to tell you. Laverne hopes to do some quilts. Really need to get into sublimation. You get free designs every day, and you get free fonts regularly as well. And they do have a massive, massive Black Friday thing coming up. They do have that coming. They have already let me know to let y'all know, which is the other reason we talking about sublimation tonight, because you needed to see what all they had to offer in the area of sublimation so that you can jump on that Black Friday bandwagon that they have coming up. I will be posting whenever that sale goes live in our group. I've already been given the information to post when it's time to post it. So, oh my gosh, the Winter Friends is adorable. That's super cute. And I like the little ocean princess mermaid too. Ah, I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna be broke, y'all. I already see it. It's so sad. You got to have self control, and I don't. When it comes to designs and fonts and pretty stuff, I just don't have it. I just don't have it. It's crazy. So yes, here is. Oh, look at this one with the horsey and the couple. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I know somebody that would absolutely love that. So at any rate, going back to you guys, I'm gonna have to take you away from Creative Fabrica for the moment so that I can look at you eyeball to eyeball and let you know that they do have a Black Friday deal coming up. So please be on the lookout for that. Not only on Facebook, but also in the Hoop Group on the website, thehoopgroup.com. Of course, Facebook updates there as well. You can ask questions there as well. But yes, the Creative Fabrica is the bee's knees for sublimation stuff and sublimation content and things that you can use to create your own whatever design. Because a lot of times you may see other people doing something, you're like, oh my gosh, where did she get that? How did she get that? She probably sat there and scrolled through these pages and found something and put it together, and you didn't even realize it because you didn't know. Well, now you know. Here it is. Now you know. Yvette, you asked what type of sublimation paper do you recommend? I prefer, it depends. It depends on how quickly I need it. Dytrans has sublimation paper that is totally awesome. Oh, excuse me. Woo! I had a class earlier and didn't get to take a nap. But I also use oh gosh, what is the name of this paper? A-Sub. I use A-Sub as well, only because I know I can order from Amazon and have it within a day or so. And I don't have to wait too terribly long. So, A-Sub from off of Amazon, if it's available. They've been running out lately. Michelle, you asked what's my favorite bigger cutter. The Graph Tech is an fantabulous cutter. It's pricey though, but I love the graph text. If you order from JP Plus, they provide download. Well, Kimberly, Dytrans gives templates as well at dytrans.com. They do have templates for everything that you purchase from Dytrans. Beginner sublimation videos. 9 times out of 10, they're in our lives. So if you go to thebabiesbooty.com and just type in sublimation, it'll pull up everything that I have on sublimation. And I think I have a sublimation playlist. Let me double check that for you, and then I will know to tell you accurately. Let's see if I have a playlist. Here we go. For sublimation. Yes. Even though right now there's only 2 videos in it. But I do have a couple of sublimation videos in the sublimation playlist, and I do know there are many lives that I've done on here with sublimation because last year we featured the black box, the Black Friday box, and that was live as well. Hello, Lysandra Booker. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Forever Blessed says, love Creative Fabrica. It is well worth the 19 something a month. Yes. Yes, it is. Very much so. The missus say, yes, I love that cow pattern. Ha! I love it. And see, it's funny because a lot of folks tell me I enabled them and had them spending money on stuff. But I also try to show you and direct you to things that are a good deal so that if you are spending your money, you're getting a good value for what you're purchasing. That's the end goal, because not very often do I recommend something I don't use myself. Very rarely does that happen around here because money is hard to come by at times. And so I totally get that. And I'm not about to have folks eating noodles because they was buying into something that was beneficial for them. So here our learning pillow 13 by 19 printed out that we sat there and made, and notice it's backwards because once we press it to the pillowcase, it's going to press right side forward. So because my press is 15 by 15, what I probably will do is cut this here and press this part first so that it'll fit on the heat press, and then line this up afterwards and print the rest. Okay, so that's usually how I do when it's bigger than my heat press, and just lay it on there and press it like so. And you see I still have more room to print on here and down towards the bottom. Actually, the way this was supposed to go is like this, actually. And then do the second page, but I didn't turn it the right way when I was putting it together. But then you press it, and once it presses on, and I can press it because, you know, it doesn't matter, but I got to turn the heat press on. Don't know that it'll heat up in 10 minutes, but we gonna try. Let me put the heat press on real quick. Yep. And I also use, now, if you don't use Dytrans for anything else and you do sublimation, this stuff right here, this stuff right here is like the holy grail of spray adhesive for sublimation. I don't know what this is. I don't know how they figured out how to make it. I don't know where it came from, who they got it from. Don't know, don't care. This stuff is good. So if you are doing like the pillowcase, for instance, especially shirts, if you're doing for fabric, and you need it to stick to what you're working on, this stuff is amazing. It's not super sticky, but it holds it to it, and then when you press it and take it off, you ain't got to worry about no sticky no more. The sticky is not sticky anymore. So what I basically do is, and I done knocked it all the way across the room. Oh. So I will take this and do a light spritz like that, and we're gonna stick it to this pillowcase. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick it anyways. Actually, let's turn it this way. And of course, my chest is not the best sublimation arrangement station, but we're gonna use it for right now. And then you just lay it on there. Okay. And then of course it would be better on a flat surface to adhere it properly so that it'll make contact instead of on my chest. But this is how you don't want this paper to move at all when it's on that heat press, because it'll cause ghosting, which is how the paper moves, and it'll kind of press a lighter, super lighter version of it in another space, and it looks tragic. It's a horrible look. So I wouldn't suggest allowing this to move. Yes, you can tape it down, but sometimes that tape can leave tape marks where you can see the color of the tape, especially if you get El Cheapo tape off of Amazon. So sometimes taping isn't the best option. That's where this Dye-Trans Pro Spray come in. Y'all, I love this Pro Spray. It's costly, but I use it a lot, and I still got over half a container. This stuff lasts. It's not like you buying it. I want to say it's what, $30 or something like that, but it's not like you're gonna run out of it, and you're going to get your well earned use out of this can. It doesn't run out like that unless you're heavy handed with the spray. But as you saw, I just did a light mist. That's all it takes. It don't take a whole lot. So if you don't try anything, try this, especially if you're doing t-shirts or blankets. A lot of people are into the blanket. This is the Netflix and chill blanket, or whatever they call it, my movie watching blanket or whatever. Use this to put it on there, and then it's not sticky afterwards. I am waiting on what size Graph Tech. It's up to you, the size, because they have so many different sizes. They have a small 18-inch, and then it goes up from there. Up and up and up. This paper was 13 by 19. I got the Sawgrass 400 last year, Willie said, for Christmas during Black Friday sale, and got the black box for free. It had a lot of blanks in it. Yes, it did. That blank box is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, Michelle, the tape doesn't work with doing on paper. So, yeah, keep that in mind. This is a long way ahead from years ago when I started my creative dream, then got sidetracked in the corporate small business. So happy to come back to this. Michelle, doing our creative outlet is for everyone, whether you're doing embroidery, sublimation, or bling, or what have you. Usually that creative is a drive from deep within that you just don't get rid of easily. No matter what you end up doing, at some point you come back to the creative side of things. And that's what I appreciate so much about sublimation, more so than embroidery and rhinestones. Yes, you could be creative with those, but with sublimation, it's like you get to just delve into however deep you want to, and you have so many different mediums that you can use to express that creative side. I mean, you can't embroider a coffee mug or a tumbler. You can embroider something to go over the top of it, but you can't do the mug itself to make it a permanent part of it. Shot glasses, you can't embroider a shot glass. You can bling a shot glass, but your bling design is going to be limited to the size of your stones and how many stones you can put on it. Whereas sublimation, you can put a picture of yourself. You can put a picture of your dog. You could, you see what I'm saying? You could draw your own artwork if you're an artist. This is the other thing that I promoted a lot. Go to art galleries and find local artists and say, hey, are you interested in selling your artwork on items? Like make puzzles, make t-shirts. Some of their more popular art pieces you can put. There is a Monet um background on Creative Fabrica. I'm pretty sure it's Monet. And then what's the guy with the screen thing where he the oh my God, I cannot think of the name of the artist. I just drew a blank. But whatever it is, whatever his name is, they have several artists, popular artists, backgrounds on Creative Fabrica that you can put your favorite artwork on a mug, on a t-shirt, on a shot glass. You just resize it. And it's all high quality graphics so that you can resize it to whatever size you need and sublimate it to whatever medium it is that you're trying to put it on. So that's one of the things I love about sublimation. That's one of the things I love about sublimation. Yes, the 13 by 19 is amazing. An iron to press it on, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Van Gogh, Picasso. I think it's Van Gogh is the one I was thinking of, but it could have been Picasso. All I know is beautiful artwork, and you can press it to the stuff. Heather and iron, usually your basic home irons do not get hot enough for sublimation. Sublimation should be around 385 degrees to 400 degrees, roughly. It can be a little bit less, but irons don't keep the same consistent heat, and they're so small. So if you didn't have a heat press, but you wanted to get into sublimation, what I would suggest is something like maybe the Cricut Easy Press, because it's big enough. Some of them are big enough, or even the smaller ones would work with, like these small picture frames. Oh, speaking of which, I did go get my pictures and I brought them over here to show y'all real quick that I did do a canvas. So here's the canvas and here's with the lamination on the front. So I did do one. This is laminate, that the same lamination paper I just showed you earlier, the two pieces that I already pre-cut. This is one that I did, and this is the little Dollar Tree canvas. So you can do that. And you just put it on the heat press. The only thing I would suggest is after you press the picture and you take it off, put a book or something on it, because they will kind of warp just a little bit if you don't keep them flat. But yes, this canvas, you can use the laminate and then sublimate on it. It is possible. I love tapered tumblers, but my mug press does not have a tapered attachment. Is there a way to sublimate tapered tumblers? Yes, it is. So if you go to condeDieTrans.com, if you go to dietrans.com, they sell sleeves like this. These are called Sublishrink film. So what the Sublishrink film does is it allows you to take this material, okay, and open it up. So it's just basically a tube, right? And this is a tapered mug. And you would open this, put it inside. You'll put your design around the mug, tape it to it, tape it down good, and then you'll put this inside this film. And then once it's in here, you get a heat gun, and this will shrink and seal to this to hold that sublimation paper super tight to the mug. And then you put it in a convection oven, like the little oven that you see people are using now for sublimation. You can get them from Walmart. They're on sale now because it's Black Friday. A ton of those are on sale. The little teeny convection ovens that sit on the countertop. Get a larger size one, and you can just set this in there, and it's something like 380 degrees for something like 3 minutes. And when you pull it out, you just tear this plastic off, and then pull off the paper, and there you have a sublimated, even tapered mug, because the Subla shrink shrinks to the shape of the cup. I have a video on using the Subla shrink as well, in a live. So Easy Press 2 by Cricut, they had to revamp them to heat to 400. Okay, so they do have 400-degree easy presses. All right. My heat press is clicking, so it is hot enough. So let's take our design we did, and we're going to take this over to the heat press so that y'all can see at the heat press. All right, let me make sure you can see. That's that camera. Oh, I didn't plug it back up. Hold on. Let me plug my camera back up because I had to plug up the printer so that I can print. Hopefully it'll work. This one. Sure. No. Let me sit down. I'm getting old, y'all. It's hard to see when I'm standing up nowadays. There we go. There we go. Yas. There's the heat press, yas. All right. Heat press. All right. So I said that I was going to cut this part off. So let's cut that. And I already sprayed it. And here is our pillowcase. So as you see, it's much bigger than my heat press, but that's okay because we're just going to move it around and press the different areas to make it fit. So I'm going to smooth this out just a little bit with a quick smushy. I'm going to do another quick smushy to get those wrinkles out of there. Okay. And I really need blowout paper up under this, which I forgot because I'm bad about forgetting to do that. Blowout paper meaning butcher paper. This is what I use from Sam's Club. Absolutely love it. That's the stuff since Life Bread. I'm going to set that down and I'm going to get another page to go on top. And because we are doing a pillowcase, I really need a piece to go on the inside as well. So I'm going to cut another piece. Okay. So what will happen, unfortunately, is once I put this down, if I were to just lay the stuff on top, the design on top, it'll go through and it'll permeate either both sides or it'll definitely show on the inside. Because it's a pillowcase, it showing on the inside isn't really that big of a deal, but I want to do it right, or as right as I possibly can considering. So I'm going to slide a piece of the butcher paper to the inside. There we go. have a piece on the inside to help keep it from bleeding through. And I'm going to put this face down right yonder like so. And then to keep it from coming through the paper and getting to the top of my press, I'm going to put another paper over the top to help catch any of that ink gas that comes up, because it will attach to the top of your press and it will press to the next thing that you sublimate. So I'm only going to do that for 50 seconds and we're going to let that cook as we sublimate this on this pillowcase. And again, it's 100% polyester. I have my temperature at 385. It's going to drop a little bit because this is cool, but it won't hurt anything. It's going to continue to heat and turn on as the temperature counts down. You can do 60 seconds as well. Shouldn't hurt anything, but I'm just doing 50 for the heck of it. And here are some of the ones that I prepped ahead of time. So I've already laminated those. So these are ready to be sublimated on. I just haven't done it yet. And I just knocked them all the Kingdom Come, but I'll clean that up later. All right. So here's our blowout paper on top. And I don't know how well, no, you can't see that on camera, but it took some sublimation ink there. Here's our pretty design. And here's our baby's pillow. So when she puts this on, she'll have her name. She'll have her basic colors. She'll have her months. She'll have her how does she feel today. And let's switch cameras so I can tell you the rest of what we'll do. And so the rest of what we'll do is just go back and do a quick pre-press to straighten this out and put the rest of the baby stuff on her pillowcase. And I will end up doing the back with something else on the back. And this will be her reading pillowcase. So for your older children, this could be, you know, some things that they may need to keep in mind in school if they're into that. But this is a huge hit for the little people, for our pre-K children. They love the learning pillow. It's usually a lot of bright and bold colors and stuff. And so it's a huge hit for them. Worst case scenario, you can, you know, get one of these and then cut it down to fit on the travel size pillow and then stitch it up. Worst case scenario. Or like I said, take the little travel pillow, unstitch one side of it, pull the stuffing out and sublimate on it, because the shell is 100% polyester. So yes, you can get the pillowcases from Walmart, Bed Bath Beyond, Target, any place that sells bed sheets and stuff. I don't understand what you use to put the mug in. It's called Sublishrink. Let me show you. It's Sublishrink film. Hold on, I don't know what it is. Did it focus yet? No. There we go. Sublishrink film sleeve. 6.87 by 9.81 Conde. Oh, you can do Conde.com, but Dytrans.com, Conde.com. It's all the same thing. And as you see, the order is the model number SF79, I think is what that says. SF79, I believe. Yeah. So this is Sublishrink film sleeve. Okay. Oh, placemat. Michelle, that's a good idea. Placemat would be cute too. Placemat would be cute as well. So you guys, oh, and also Sheila, if you do use the Sublishrink, you will need a heat gun. You don't have to have a super expensive one. You can get an El Cheapo heat gun and just hold it away from it a little bit, kind of like a hair dryer, and just hold it away from it. Make sure you got a heat resistant glove somewhere. Hold it onto it, and then you'll see it melt and shrink to the thing. Okay. Alrighty, you guys. So that was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to sublimate on more stuff, but I guess that would be a cool video to do and pre-record and sublimate on some stuff. That would be fun because I haven't done that in a while. But at any rate, please keep in mind in the description below is Creative Fabrica. So follow that link. Look at all the goodies they have. Oh my God, it's gonna take y'all years, but it's gonna be well worth it. And even if you can't afford to purchase something just yet, you can click and put it in your favorites so that you can go back and purchase it later when you get a little bit more change. How cool is that? Also, they will be having a Black Friday sale, so be on the lookout for that. Dyetrends.com with Conde, all of these awesome blanks that they have available. They will be have a Black Friday box as well, so that you, and the Black Friday box comes with a sample of all kinds of stuff. And who knows, they may even have a sale going on for Black Friday as well. I haven't looked on the newsletter update to find out the one for affiliates, so I'll have to check that in the background. But either way, I will keep you updated as the time gets closer to Black Friday events in our group. So if I come across anything that's going to be beneficial for us as embroiderers, crafters, sublimators, and blingers, I will let you know. Be Createful with the Rhinestones has a massive sale going on right now, so check them out, and it's going to be going on for the next couple of weeks. But meanwhile, sublimation is awesome sauce, and it's very simple to do. You just have to make sure you have the right printer, the right ink, the right paper, and the right blank. Okay, and then you can get a lot of mileage out of sublimation and make a lot of really cute presents that mean the world. Just keep in mind, for the year of 2020, there's a lot of people who have lost loved ones, and you can use this time to give them a meaningful gift that shows them something that they can memorialize their loved ones with. It's a great present to give just because it doesn't have to be any specific time. But you want, sublimation allows you to give this a truly meaningful gift, and I absolutely love sublimation. So I appreciate y'all joining us. And you guys definitely can check us out, the memberships here on YouTube, also on Facebook, and on our website, thebabiesbooty.com. We do have a applique class coming up. You can register for that here. We also have an advanced Sew What Pro class coming up, and that's right here as well. So definitely check those out, because those classes, when they fill up, they'll be full, and it'll be another month before we get some more classes in. So thanks for joining us this evening. I am totally exhausted from getting all of this stuff together and doing a class beforehand, so my voice is about to go. So I appreciate it. I enjoyed all of you. This was totally fun. And I look forward to seeing all the different sublimation projects that you guys decide to do with all of this sublimation stuff. So if you have any questions, just reach out on the Facebook group, and we'll get right back to you. And so until the next time we see you all, we hope you have not just happy embroidering, but happy sublimating as well, and blinging. Y'all have a good night. We look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.